growing up, we fought a lot. I always wanted to be like her. Whatever she did, I did. We wore the same outfits. We were so close that we hated each other.
What is it like being in a house with Leanne and Casey?
Drama,
Why?
because y'all are always fighting.
Can you look
Getting
at the
mad
camera?
about something.
Can you look at the camera? What is their relationship like, or how do you perceive their relationship as sisters?
It's off and on.
What do you mean it's off and on?
Y'all hate each other till you're not with each other.
What about when we are with each other?
You hate each other
All the time?
most of the time.
What about...
And when you're not hating each other, when you're with each other, you're cuddling in your room.
What about with our other siblings?
You hate us all.
What? Why?
Well, you definitely hate Faith.
Stop.
Because she's annoying.
Which sibling are you closest to?
Leanne.
Why?
I don't know. I guess we're closest to each other.
Does that make you close emotionally?
I guess.
Go away, dog. Go.
I guess.
Guess.
You do the most for each other. Everybody else just. I don't know.
Do you wish you had a relationship like Leanne and Casey?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want the fist fights and the hair pulling.
Oh, okay.
They probably think that we're insane. And our relationship is probably the craziest they've ever seen. Because we could be bestest friends on one day and hate each other the next day. But I think that they see that our relationship has grown stronger in the past couple of years. And they see how much we do love each other, even though we fight sometimes. And I think they see that we've been so close for my whole life, and sometimes we can't make decisions without each other. Yeah.
Both of them have matured, and they're sad when they leave each other. They're excited when they see each other, but then they get aggravated at each other because one of them has to work, and then when the other one's not working, then the other one is off doing something with somebody else sometimes, and so they get aggravated because they want to spend time together. And when they can't spend time together, they're aggravated, and when they can spend time together and they're not, then the other one's aggravated. But they've gotten closer because they're not always around each other all the time, so they are more like friends than just sisters who fight.
They would just get into a lot of fights and be really mad at each other because they would see each other almost every day, and they would be spending too much time together. They just needed time to themselves, and they just wanted to spend time with their friends because they didn't get to see them a lot and stuff.
What about after Casey left for college?
They spent a lot more time together because Casey was in Boone and Leanne was here in Shelby and Bowling Springs, and they just wanted to spend more time together because they rarely saw each other.
What about their relationships with all the other siblings? How has those changed? Because their relationship has changed.
The family is calmer now and more peaceful because there's not a lot of fights anymore.
Cool. Do you have any funny stories about Casey and Leanne?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
From growing up and us fighting, literally, to us just having girls' days and going out and getting our nails done, or we dye each other's hair. It's just like we're the same person now. When we were younger and we grew up, she put on my favorite pair of pants, these teal looking skinny jeans, and she has a bigger butt than me, and she stretched them out. I couldn't ever wear them again. They're my favorite pair. I think when Casey tries to protect me because I'm her younger sister, in relationships I get hurt sometimes, and she steps in and she wants to save me in my time of need and hurt, and then sometimes she'll make it better at that point, and later on I'll get upset. But I need to realize that she was only there to help me. When she offers to dye my hair late at night, it makes me realize that even though she's tired and wants to go to sleep, she wants me to feel beautiful, so she'll fix my hair and do my makeup and just make me feel like I matter. Her laughs, they're all different.
Why are they your favorite?
Because she has soft laughs and she has witches laughs. She laughs like a hyena, however you say that. And she has this glow when she laughs, and it's so cute. I went with them to college to drop them off, and I cried my eyes out, and I felt like I was losing my best friend, and it took a toll on me to realize that I always needed Casey to make my life complete. We still argue and fight sometimes because we are sisters, but we are close. We tell each other everything, and we are like twins.
Hi, so I'm going to tell you about my sibling relationship. I'm the second oldest of 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. Really interesting growing up. Somebody was always screaming or getting hurt or crying. But when I was a year and a half old, my mom gave birth to my first sister. I have an older brother who's a year and a half older than me. So my parents had 3 kids under the age of, or 3 and under, within 3 years. And me and my sister growing up, it wasn't so bad when we were younger. When we were younger, kind of just did what parents told us to, we dressed alike. People would always ask if we were twins because we looked like exactly like each other. Not quite identical, but more like than fraternal twins sometimes look. We wore the same outfits, we went to the same daycare, we had the same friends, we played the same sports, we did ballet together, we did soccer, we did gymnastics at the YMCA. We were homeschooled, so we were each other's classmates. We were in the same Sunday school classes, same Awanas at church on Wednesdays. And then as we got older, things started to change, and not in a good way. My sister used to be really shy when she was younger, and I have never been shy. I've always been really outgoing, really just never meet a stranger because you're so, hi, nice to meet you, how you doing? I'm Casey, what do you, just, but as we got older, into older elementary school, middle school, early high school age, she kept doing everything that I was doing, and that was really difficult for me as somebody who's trying to figure out who I am, going through those late elementary school, early middle school years. Middle school is the time of finding out who you are, finding your forever friends, because if you're friends in middle school, you're gonna probably be friends for the rest of your life, because everybody knows, or every girl knows, that middle school is one of the most difficult times. in a young girl's life, you start going through changes with your body and changes with your emotional state, and you're just trying to figure out who you are really. And so she kept doing that. I joined show choir in the 4th grade. She joined show choir when she was in the 4th grade. She was a year behind me in school. I was in chorus, she was in chorus. I would do something, she would do something. And so for those preteen, early teen years, I felt like I could not be an individual. I felt like I could not be my own person. There was not one Casey, there was 2 Caseys. There was a Casey 2.0 and that was Leanne. And it caused a lot of problems in our relationship as sisters. She used to be really, really hurtful to me. Some of my darkest, most depressing days were caused by her. I was really self-conscious as a young teenager, and she did not help the fact. She would tell me when we were alone in our room at night getting ready for bed that my friends were only friends with me because they felt sorry for me. And the guy I liked would never like me back. I was gonna die alone with 47 cats. Nobody would ever really love me, that I was fat, that I was ugly, that I couldn't sing, that I was never gonna become a singer, that my dreams were invalid because I wasn't good enough. And that coupled with a couple other things, I really believed that. And it really hurt me and pained me that the people in my family, the people that are supposed to love and support me the most, especially my sister who I was the closest with, were the people that were causing me the most harm and the most emotional pain. And we would get into physical altercations. We had some friends that were afraid to come to our house for a very extensive period of time because they had been there when me and Leanne had got into a physical fist fight before. Screaming at the top of our lungs. She yelled bad words at me, told me that I was these rude, profane names. I've dragged her down the stairs by her hair before. It was a really, really unhealthy, physical and emotionally painful time for I think the both of us, because when she would say things to hurt me, they really cut deep, and I would want to hurt her just as bad. So I would say bad things to her like, oh, you're so anorexic, you're so skinny, eat a hamburger, stuff like that. And I didn't realize at the time that I was also hurting her. I was hurting her, but she had such this hard outer shell that she didn't let anybody see. But as we got older high school aged, probably about 10th grade for her, 11th grade for me, maybe when she was a freshman, so when I was in 10th grade, things started to change. She started to find her own friends and hang out with good people and not people that were really bad influences on her. And I was doing my thing. I was finding out who I was. I was really into music. I was looking at colleges. I was getting ready to leave, to go away. And I think that was something that really struck a nerve with her, because literally, as long as either of us can remember, the other one has always been there, because you don't start forming your own memories until you're about 3 years old, or start remembering your memories until you're about 3 or 4 years old. It's a psychological fact that you don't really remember anything earlier than the age of 3 or 4. And so me being a year and a half old when she was born, I didn't remember any of those early years. I just remember her always being there. And so I think for her, I was ready to get out. I was so ready to get out. I was the second oldest of 6. I was the oldest girl. I felt like I had to mom all the time. When my parents were at work, I would always babysit and not get paid for it and be like, I have to when I babysit other people's kids, I get paid. Why do I have to watch my siblings as a babysitter and get no compensation, get yelled at, get stuff thrown at me? Just all those bad things, and I'm getting no reward from it. I was so ready to go. I was ready to have my own room, because I've always shared a room with at least one of my siblings. Always your dream, I was ready to have my own room, have my own space, have a closet / wardrobe all to myself. I was just ready to be gone, ready to finally be able to explore this person that I felt like I was becoming. But for her, I guess it scared her because she was gonna have to start figuring out really for sure who she was, and she was realizing that she was gonna be the oldest girl in the house. My older brother was away at school, so she was having to realize that she was gonna be the oldest kid in the house, that she was gonna be the one people were looking up to, that I was gonna be gone, that even though I was always in close proximity to her and she didn't like it when I was there, she was gonna miss that. And I didn't think that I was gonna miss that either, but I did. I came to find out I did. We would share clothes, we would share our feelings whenever we were in good moods with each other. I didn't realize I was gonna miss that. And so when I left for college, I really didn't miss home. But me and her, we started talking on the phone more, we started texting more, Snapchatting. We started having more conversation. When I would come home, she would want to do things with me more. And then this past summer, I worked the entire summer, all 3 months, in Florida, 8 hours away from home. And when I came home for her high school graduation, and then beginning of June, and I had been gone for a few weeks by this time, and she was so excited to see me. And I was kind of surprised by that. But I guess being 2 hours away at college is a whole lot different than being 8 hours away in a different state for the entire summer. And so over the past few years, I've come to the realization that college did a whole lot for me, not just in me finding out who I am and moving on with my adult life, but in my relationship with my sister, it actually has become a strength. It's made us a lot stronger as a team. We still get into arguments and fights. We got into one earlier today, but 5 minutes later it was all good. And so I think people look at our relationship from the outside, and most of the time they see us smiling and happy together. I have a friend who calls me Casey Lee, and just because it sounds right together. You guys are always together. But being in a relationship like that, you kind of see the insides of it. I know it's not perfect. But going away to college and looking at things from my perspective, seeing things from a kind of distance view, even though I'm still a part of it, I can see that there has been a significant change in the way that she's acting, and the way that I'm acting, and the way that we're acting together. We started going on sister dates, and she actually paid for one of them, paid for us to go to dinner and go get ice cream. We went and got our nails done together, went to the movies, just spending more time together as sisters. And I think that's something that a lot of people experience when they go off to college, when they've had a love-hate relationship with one of their siblings. It's just something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's something that's very personal, very close to me, something I can relate to. And I think that's something that a lot of other people will be able to relate to.
If you mess with her, you mess with me. And you don't want to mess with me.